Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name's Michael.
My name's Clayton.
And this mic is useless. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, is it possible to make a worse movie than Super Mario movie in 1993's live action, I've Had a Stroke? Goodbye.
You run that again, or are you good with that submission? You gonna cut from the other one?
We're the podcast that dares to ask, can you make a good movie based off a video game?
It's not easy. Boy, is it not easy. And I feel like a lot of video games, first of all, video games are almost movies at this point anyway.
Nowadays,
like
yeah.
the material's there.
100% agree.
There was a point in time where you were a small man named Mario and you jumped on turtles and fought dragon turtles. And so that's a little harder to make a story about. But I mean, we've seen a trend where you can, and at the same time you still can't. On one point, we're putting out The Last of Us, but also earlier we put out Halo. So you have to have the right person in charge who loves the story.
Are you saying you didn't like Halo? I don't understand.
And execute it. I just wasn't worried about him getting wet. I don't care. I don't care.
He was a virgin.
I don't care that you touch
He was trying
stones.
to get it in.
You touch stones and get wet. I don't care. It was bad. It was bad.
I'm waiting for it to come back. Am I getting a season 2? They left a cliffhanger.
With the nerve. So did Green Lantern. And we moved on.
So did Super Mario movie.
So did a lot of the movies on this list that we're going to talk about.
All right. Well, let's get on this list.
Rotten Tomato gave us 50 video game movies ranked by their tomato meter. We're just going to go over them.
Would you like to know? So I have a list of 54, including animated films. I have a list of 54. I split them out like ones that I've just never seen before. I've only seen 30 of the 50, guys.
Okay.
I'm not proud of it. Some of the ones I have chosen to see over ones that I did not see, I'm not proud of. In fact, I own Alone in the Dark, and I've never seen it. I bought it at the Blockbuster when it was going out of business. I was like, I'll watch this, and never fucking watched it.
Number 50, Alone in the Dark. Came out in 2005.
Yeah.
This has a 1%.
Yeah, it was received horribly. The game was really good. That's the other question, if you played the game or not. The game was really good.
The scary games I didn't play.
That's fair.
When the investigation of supernatural detective Edward Carnby left him to uncover a long lost tribe called the and then ... 1%. We're not diving in super deep to that movie.
Christian Slater?
It had Christian Slater.
Do anything for you?
I mean, it tells me a lot.
There was another movie called Alone in the Dark.
Is Christian Slater a good actor?
No.
Yeah, right? No? Well, let's give him a quick Google.
He's good at what he's done.
Well, not
Does
that
it make
one.
him good? No, I don't think so. I think he was fine in it, probably.
Let's go to his IMDb and let's see what he's known for. He's known for Very Bad Things, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
It's probably his best. It's probably his best film.
Broken Arrow with John Travolta.
He played
and True Romance.
And King of Thieves. He played. It wasn't. Was it Robin Hood? Was he?
It was not Robin Hood.
No.
Robin Hood was played by
someone else that was really
older
big.
white man, Kevin Costner.
Thank you.
He played Will Scarlet.
That's what it was. The guy with the knives. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're a big Slater fan, or
No, I told you. I told you he wasn't. He was fine at what he did, but no, he was not good.
was he good in that?
And Alone in the Dark, I didn't see it. I owned it. Oh,
No,
was he
no,
good
the
in Robin
Robin
Hood? Yeah, that Robin Hood was one of the best Robin Hoods to be a thing. That and then Robin Hood Men in Tights, which still I think holds up to this day.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
always
I
good when
think.
comedy can hold strong.
Yeah, it's not often, but I think it still holds up. Mel Brooks is, God, it's real tough. He's such a, I like him, but then like, there are times where, Blazing Saddles exists, and I'm like, God, does any of this pass anymore? Is any of this okay? There's like a whole 10-minute scene where it's funny because sounds are playing over the town people saying the N-word.
Mm.
Did you ever see Blazing Saddles?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of the movie, but I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, even that pulled aside. Anyway, that's not what this episode's about. It's not that funny of a movie anymore. I'll be the one that says it. I love Gene Wilder. I think he's fantastic. But that one did not hold up. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Number 49, Street Fighter:
Chun-Li?
The Legend of Chun-Li.
Thank God. Because the other Street Fighter, it had a whole video game made after it. So it's a whole different level of meta. It was a video game based movie that then got a video game based off of it.
3%.
It was horrible.
I mean, you can be a fan of something enough to look at it and go, no, that one's not for me.
It was real rough. I want to say, so I think this came out, if I remember correctly, I want to say this came out shortly after the American dub of the anime of Street Fighter came to the US. And so, like, we were on a new hype again. Like, we were getting excited about it again. And that, hey, this could be a thing. Yeah, 2009. Anyway, it was terrible. God, fighting games have no business getting a movie made after them, and yet I'm looking at this sheet right now of my movies, and I have
So many.
4, 5.
So many.
Yeah.
Well, again, there's some story in there.
They did a lot of story in Street
You
Fighter.
just gotta weave it right.
Like, this is, again, yeah, you're right that it's not Super Mario Brothers, where when they originally came out that movie, like, there was no lore. I mean, there was some, but not, like, enough to fucking base an entire movie and world off of it. Anyway.
Well, and you say that, and out of all the Mortal Kombats, the best one was the first one. That would probably have the least amount of...
There wasn't great story in that one, though. It was just a cool movie.
I mean...
There wasn't good story in that movie.
Here's what they did. Here's what they did well. Everyone didn't get a whole story.
No, they just
I needed
introduced
one
like
person
2
to
or
have
3
a
characters.
story,
Yeah.
and then everyone else that was helping along.
Yeah.
Number 48, House of the Dead. Another 3%.
The famed arcade game. That's all I ever think of House of Dead. I always imagine it in an arcade.
I'm sure Hugh Bowl, the director, also wants everyone to just think about the video game.
It is also on my list of movies I had never seen before. Wouldn't have been one that would have called to me. House of Dead was an okay shooter. I was a Time Crisis guy, so I didn't really play that one.
That's fair. But House of the Dead, I was able to play at home too.
Ah, yes, you could.
So that
on the Wii too.
Mm-hmm. So that helped it a little bit.
You know what? I think one that should have done really well and didn't do well, and I'm so sad about it. I'm curious where it's on your list, is Monster Hunter. So we had the girl that I think is, I can't remember her damn name, but she's a great actress, or she does
Evil,
well.
right?
Who's that?
From Resident Evil?
Yeah, and Fifth Element, right?
Is she a great actress?
She's good at what she does. And that's going to be the theme of tonight.
What she does is Resident Evil movies. She does Resident
That's
Evil.
fair. She does.
And isn't her husband the director of those?
Ooh, and I think he's the director of this one too, of Monster Hunters. But Monster Hunters is such a huge world. It doesn't have a lot of storyline in the parts that we've played, But like it seems really expansive and like it could have been super cool, and I'm sad because I feel like it did not do well, and I did not see that one either. That's how I determine whether it did well or not. If I didn't go see it.
Oh, Tony Jaa was in it. And Monster Hunter. Mila
Yeah, that's why I couldn't remember.
Jovovich.
Yeah.
Director was Paul W.C. Andrews, who was married to her since 2009. So let's keep that in mind.
Nepotism. Nepo! Whoop, whoop.
To be fair, he directs the first Resident Evil movie that came out in 2002.
Before they got married. Nice.
Good on you. You got that terrible role all by yourself. The next game I don't recognize. And the Name of the King, the Dungeon Siege Tale.
Seen the movie, didn't know it was based off of a game. It's a Jason Statham movie, and it's fucking
Nothing takes
terrible.
me out of like knights and medieval time like Jason Statham.
He's fucking awful, man.
Had to have been doing his own accent, right?
Yes, because he doesn't do anything else. He is
he
like
did kicks and flips.
He is like a shittier version of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh.
He's stuck in his own, like, he has to just be him. There is no option. But, like, he just doesn't do as cool stunts and shit.
Pretty short guy, too, huh?
Yeah.
Not that, I'm super tall.
Did you know that Meg's getting another movie?
No, I didn't. Did you know he's 55?
Jesus Christ. Did you ever watch the movie Crank, where he just has to keep, like, fucking his heart rate up? So one time he just fucked a lady in the street?
I remember him having his girlfriend, like, while she hung out of a bus. Yeah. More or less, something along those lines. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't check out. It's so terrible. God, he's so fucking awful.
Number 46.
Fast and Furious series. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in there for 10 too, isn't he?
I think so.
Number 46 was Mortal Kombat with a 4%. Can you tell me which Mortal Kombat?
That's the second one that came out. The live action.
Annihilation.
The new, yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, I was thinking even the newer one, but yeah, okay.
Oh, the second. You're thinking that's the second one, Michael. You sound like these little kids now.
You said Mortal Kombat, and I was thinking like the second Mortal Kombat, the second time we've done it. But yes, Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, where we got
that one.
Animalities.
That one was rough.
God damn, that was fucking terrible. But they had that chick with the hair, and I loved her.
You will die.
There's nothing good to say about that movie.
Not good.
Literally nothing good to say about that movie.
Was not a good movie. Number 45, Blood Rain, with a hard 4%.
That was a movie about vampires. It was trying to capitalize on the like Resident Evil hype, I believe.
Yeah, came out in 2005. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it was about vampires and her slaying them for some reason. I don't remember. Like, I saw the movie as a kid, not a kid, but like a teenager, and I never played the game.
In 18th century Romania, after spending much of her life in the traveling circus, human-vampire hybrid Rain escapes, and I clicked on more, and it took me to a place I didn't want to be. I don't want to be on the actual page of the story. That's all we're going to get for that.
It reminded me of, what was the other one? It's not Resident Evil, but there was a movie series that had a bunch of sequels to it.
Underworld?
Yes, thank you. That's what it reminded me of, was Underworld.
Yeah, there was a high wave of those.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Underworld was average.
It was okay. You know what the best one of those type of like vampire Lycan style movies was?
Mm-hmm.
Abraham Lincoln.
I appreciate you
the
saying
vampire.
Lycan.
You're welcome. Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer.
Oh,
did you know it was received so poorly, but I loved the shit out of that movie. It was so stupid.
That's why I'm so shocked that we haven't put up a fight for the movie yet. Number 44, Silent Hill, Revelation.
Okay, so this is the one I didn't see. This is the second one.
I believe I also saw the first one and not the second one. I don't know that I knew they made a second one.
This one was more centric around Pyramid Head.
Oh.
The first one was
more
centric about like the actual story of Silent Hill. The game was really well done. It was tough for me to be scared by games back then.
Did they do well? Because did they
At least the first one was really
have
good.
an ending where the dog was controlling everything?
Oh, I don't know that I remember that, but that feels like that's the thing that would have happened back then. God damn it! I'd have to ask my wife.
bet.
She's the Silent Hill expert in my family. She loved the
Go
shit
get
out of
her.
that series.
Run upstairs real quick.
Just run upstairs, yeah, real quick. Let me put the heart rate monitor up so you guys can see me dying as I run upstairs.
80, 90, 100, 0. Number 40.
Bro, I start at 98. What are you talking about?
Number 43, Hitman Agent 47.
47. That's the second.
15.
I saw the first one, didn't see the second one because the first one was so unimpressive.
This one got 8%, so
It was.
it doesn't sound like they did better.
I believe the origin story behind the Hitman is what the purpose in this one was.
I don't need that.
No,
I don't need.
no,
You ruin it like
no.
Wolverine.
I never need it.
Number 42 was Postal. That came out in 2007.
Based off of so I didn't know they came out with this movie. Based off a super controversial game. This game originally when it came out was essentially the idea of destroy and kill everything, get points for the more things you murder.
What? And the world didn't like that?
No, it did not. Like, it got banned in most countries.
So we stream it then.
And then they came out with Postal 2. I don't know that you could. The poster for the movie was disgusting, offensive, and stupid live-action version of South Park, based on the most controversial video game. Like, I think we should review this movie, actually.
I mean, you pull people in with that shit, right?
I mean,
But you don't like all the gore and shit.
It doesn't look like it's gory. It genuinely looks like a scary movie-esque style, like American Pie. We were talking about American Pie before we started this episode. That's what it looks like. The film begins from a prologue showing Asif and Nabi, a fictional portrayal of two of the Flight 11 hijackers during the 9/11 attacks, debating the number of virgins that they get as a reward for carrying out the attacks. After a long debate, they decided to call Osama bin Laden their leader to find out the exact amount. Osama tells them that there are not enough virgins to go around, and upon hearing this, the two hijackers abandon the attack in dismay and happily change their flight path to the Bahamas. That's how the movie starts.
What the fuck is that?
5 years later, we're in the town of Paradise, Arizona. We know someone from Paradise, Arizona. Nope, surprise, Arizona. Never mind. A ghost town in real life.
Stop listening. It's fine.
Con artist turned into doomsday cult leader who owes the U.S. government over $1 million in debt. I mean, it has a story. Maybe.
I'm not happy about learning about that.
None of it. The bully Scott that played Scott Farkas in Christmas Story. He's the one that plays the main character.
Ooh.
That's what he went on to do.
He was in the Christmas Story.
Yeah, the one we did
sequel.
again. Yeah, he sure was.
The Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story about Christmas Story. Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway,
Number 41.
I think we're gonna review that movie now.
Wing Commander.
So
1999.
that is also on my list of ones I've never seen. Who thought to make this? That's like making Battleship a movie and being like Battleship based off of the Hasbro Mattel game Battleship. But then it ended up being like fucking aliens and shit attacking. Like, it has nothing to do with the fucking game. Who came up with Wing Commander was like,
it
yeah,
at least could have been a war story.
This one could definitely be.
Also, how many movies Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matt Lazar been in?
More than they should.
Yeah, because it includes this one.
God, that's a rough looking crew.
Oh yeah, don't look at it too hard. Number 40 at 11% on the tomato meter.
Super Mario Brothers.
Street Fighter from 1994.
First one. With our prized boy, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The All-American The All American character, right?
We've talked about this movie before and how the actor that played Bison he gave it everything he had. He put his heart and soul into this role.
Did.
And we then turned around and fucking gave them that Blanca. That shit looked fucking worse than Lou Ferrigno in the Hulk TV show.
You know who I always felt bad for? What was his name? Dulcim? Dulcim?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Dulcim?
I don't know.
Was
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking.
Yoga Fire?
It was like, he was like, I'm here, but I'm going to stay here and die. You guys get out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, we just got you. No. You do your stretchy arm. You did the stretchy arm.
Well, anytime anything good happens,
although-
it's gone.
Although I love, what was his name? What did you say? Roll, right?
Yeah.
And Ming Na Wen was in it, and I like her. Just not well done.
This is where I go to every time if someone tries to tell me the Mario Brothers movie was bad. I'm like, but did you see Street Fighter?
But quick, change the channel. Good joke. It's a good joke.
It's a
Good joke.
joke.
10 out of 10 times. Good joke.
Guile.
Number 39.
Remember Ryu and Ken just not being really characters in it, other than like, sort of, kind of sometimes.
Yeah. Fist bump. Signature move? Not today.
What's
Uh,
number 38, Cleve?
Huh?
38?
39.
39.
Max Payne from 2008.
With Mike Wahlberg.
And Mila Kunis, apparently. I forgot she was in it.
Okay. Game super good. I'm surprised it didn't do better.
Bullet time. Bullet time. Remember?
Love Bullet Time. I'm kind of surprised it didn't do better in the Rotten Tomatoes, because I felt like it was a cult classic. I did not care for it. It was not
The
my
tomato
jam.
meter, if I remember correctly, is the critics' reviews, not the fans.
Oh, okay.
I can look at the fans' reviews. That
No,
makes
that's
it look
fine.
better.
That's fine. Who
29.
you know
Didn't get tons better.
You know what game did better at Bullet Time though was Stronghold. John Woo's Stronghold. It was unfortunately too late to the game, but that game was phenomenal in my world.
I mean, everybody's bullet time. It's fine. Number 38. I don't know if these made your spreadsheet. Pokemon Forever.
Those did not make my list.
The number 4.
I have Pokemon Detective Pikachu, but then I did not get the other Pokemon.
Okay. The critic synopsis only for diehard fans. That makes sense. The fourth one in the line. I never even saw this one.
No.
Number 37,
I think the only
Pokemon
movie I saw was
the first
original.
movie.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I saw.
16%.
Which is interesting because I feel like, oh well, this is critic score, so never mind. I was gonna say, well, what's fan score on that?
Well, you said you didn't want me doing that.
I know I did. I'm sorry. This
It's
one I'm
a-
curious about.
Audiences other than children will find very little entertainment.
Yes, but it's made
to
for
entertain them.
children.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, yeah, 64 is the audience.
Yeah.
But I also think it's got to be a little bit of the nostalgia glasses.
No, it was a fine movie.
They named like half the Pokemon wrong.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Remember when they're like, it's not like a damn, and it was like very clearly a side there. Not gonna get into it. Number 38, number 36. Hitman with a 16%.
The original.
The OG.
It was
I
okay.
think I saw this one.
I did for a shooter, like spy-ish Jason Bourne style movie. It was fine.
I don't think until this very moment I realized who played the Hitman.
I know it's somebody, but I don't I know it's somebody that is in a bunch of stuff, but I wouldn't be able to tell you who it is. Timothy Olyphant. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I knew it was somebody that had been in a bunch
I
of
guess
shit
with
I've
a
seen.
fucking shaved head,
You'd never know who
without his
anybody
hair,
is.
I
Yeah.
fucking couldn't tell.
I don't think he reprised the role in 47, did he? No, he did not.
Smart man. And then he played a sheriff one time, and then he got typecast for the rest of his life.
Justified? Yeah, that's fair.
Number 35 was another Pokemon movie, Pokemon Heroes. I don't even recognize this one. 17%. Number 34, and I would love to know your feelings on this.
Angry Birds.
With,
no, they're going to be
with
so
an
much higher.
18%. Doom.
Oh, yes, this is the one I wanted to talk about. Here's the thing, man. This movie was fucking terrible. Awful. But you know what? I really applauded them fucking doing that stupid shit to make every person that ever played this game happy when they went into the fucking first person view and they did the stupid cheesy shit. Yeah. Yeah, it was so stupid.
Oh.
It was so stupid, but I'm gonna tell you now, I remember watching that as a kid, or like probably teenager, early 20s. And that was a kid at this point to me.
2005.
Okay, so I was a teenager. And I remember watching it and just being fucking tickled pink. Thinking it was just the greatest fucking moment. It was solid.
The only thing that movie gave the world was understanding that The Rock could have been one of the best villain actors of all time. And he chose to be like, I don't want to lose the fight. Don't punch me much. Fucking. Never meet your heroes or don't let them live long enough.
But the point of that is I actually liked the movie for stupid reasons. I understand it was terrible, but fucking solid.
I mean,
if you're just bored and it comes on TBS,
super big into the Doom franchise, so it's tough for me. You know what I mean?
Only ever played the first one.
Oh, okay.
But I played it a lot.
I remember I remember being like, fans are gonna lose it. Like it's like you're there. I was like, you talking about this 30 seconds?
Oh, it was so
was that supposed to change my life forever? It changed Michael.
It changed mine. I went out of that going, well, we fucking done it, boys. Magic has been made today.
Number 33 with a 19% as another Pokemon fucking movie.
Oh, okay.
It's starting to feel like they're taking some cheap shots at Pokemon here. You include the first one and you move on. But I guess if they got theatrical releases, you have at it. This one's Pokemon, the movie 2000. With Lugia and the other birds. Nobody cares.
These are the other nerds. Jesus.
Number 32, Resident Evil Apocalypse. This was in 2004. This was pre-marriage.
This is what, the third one?
And a different director? It was directed by Alexander Witt, so no nepotism here either, besides the fact they weren't married yet. And he directed The Italian Job. You know how I like to reference The Italian Job. Having said that, I only see 2 movies that he's directed.
Oh, man. My jaw just popped so hard. This is the second one, by the way, in the installation of...
It is his lowest ranked Rotten Tomatoes movie.
I'm going to say this about the entire series. It was well done. It was well done. It was fine. It was exactly what I expected. I think it went too long, but I think it was good. Like, it wasn't a bad movie. It was middle of the road. I could watch it one time. I'll never have to watch it again. It was just fine.
I think they made a movie like a lot of people make, which is, had I changed the names of these characters and if it wasn't Umbrella, almost at Academy, Umbrella Corp, and if Jill Valentine wasn't there, would you know you're watching a Resident Evil movie? No, you wouldn't.
Probably fair. That's fair. But
a lot of movies do.
But if you played Resident Evil the game and you took out the names of the characters at that time, that style of game was not uncommon. I don't think that but that's just it. Okay, so that's what makes
the game.
I'm not like super. What makes the game? But then that's what makes the movie.
The characters.
But then that's what makes the movies.
Because you're basing the movie off the game.
Right, you're basing the movie off the characters, so you
So
name the characters.
So the story should match. Otherwise,
Oh, I see. You're saying
I
that there
don't
was
know
different
that
stories. There was
like
some similarities.
the
in
same
the
thing we
stories.
said about the Mario Brothers movie. Like if you change the names of, if it's not Big Bertha, you would never fucking know what they were trying to do here.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But there were some similarities in the movies. That being said, there was Nemesis in it, and fucking what's the other dude's name? The white guy with the blonde hair and the glasses.
Wesker?
Thank you. I mean, they were in there. Those were the big bads. It was fine. I don't like the game series, so like it wasn't mine. Especially the first ones. Like I hated those poly fucking shaped people walking around. Like I hated that style when PS1 was out, and it was like, oh, look at how the graphics. It's so fucking crazy, and I was like, this is garbage.
I don't know, man. You really seem to be defending it.
No, I'm saying the movies were okay. They were good enough. They were good enough to be released as movies, and I didn't say, God, why did we make this like fucking Prince of Persia, who had a bigger budget and did shit.
I think that I would guess that Prince of Persia was Prince of Persia if you changed everything.
If you didn't,
I'm like, man, this is like Prince of Persia.
Because they're in Persia? Because it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck you. No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, Jake Gyllenhaal? What the fuck does this mean? Who's this random white guy in the fucking... Who's this white guy in the fucking sand? What is this bullshit?
There was time sand and shit. There
was some stupid chemical that turned people into fucking mutants. That right there, that's fucking Resident Evil, dog.
Look, it was just
have you seen Resident Evil 7 The Village? That's basically these movies. Just a bunch of fucking real fucked up looking mutation people. Yeah. I'm just saying it's not worse than fucking a bunch of movies we're about to name, because if it's on the bottom of, well, I mean, not this one specifically. I don't remember which one. That's why I said I have to make a broad statement about all of them, because they didn't get better. They were all about the same in my head. So
and the little girl thing, I don't know what. Anyway, I think she might have only been in the first one, but it's still everything I'm gonna say about those movies, I'm saying more or less about the first one because they're all a blur.
That's what I'm saying. I'll agree with that. There's like 6 of them, and there's like 3 animated ones, and it's all the same. No idea.
Look, I never saw the animated ones. I was gonna say I feel like the animated ones
they're much more based off the story. It looked like of the game. It was like Leon.
Yeah. That's the thing too. You made the main character not anybody that exists.
But I think you had to do that. Otherwise, you get pigeonholed. There weren't enough games out yet.
Good, for them because you don't need to make 7.
That is true.
Good.
Well,
I want you to be pigeonholed to where we have to make an indie.
Well, and then like there's a spin-off that I never saw this. I don't know that I knew it existed. It says it has a theatrical release in 2021. Welcome to Raccoon City came out, and this one actually looks semi-based off of real characters in the game, and I still am like, I don't know.
Live action?
It looks live action.
Maybe it just looks so good. You thought it was live action.
That's fair.
Number 31's Assassin's Creed.
Terrible.
It had Magneto.
It did have Magneto in it. Yes, it is live action. It came out in 2021. Yeah, it does talk about Wesker and Jill.
And that's the thing too, is the costumes, right? Like these characters, you associate them with costumes. I think I said that about Mario. It wouldn't be until they got in the overalls I'd be like, is this a Mario movie?
But you saw umbrella shit everywhere. You knew, like, that fucking stupid ass symbol was everywhere.
I can point that symbol out of nothing. Number 30 was Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, in 2001. Angelina Jolie was in my opinion, great Lara Croft. Or maybe she's just a great actress. And I can buy her looking. You know what? She looks like the character. That's about the first point that I'm looking at.
I think that's a solid point, that if you think of Lara Croft, you imagine Angelina Jolie. And that's impressive considering at the time when we casted her, like, there wasn't a great, like, image of her.
Yeah. Yeah. Pixelated.
It was still PS2. It was still PS2 graphics. Was it 2001?
Ever Show Me Your Swim.
Nah.
That was one of the many video games that makes you drown. That you're like, I don't like this at all. Because she like starts fucking kicking and grabbing her throat and struggling. I'm like, well, sleep tight.
At least it didn't play that fucking goddamn drowning music from Sonic.
Yeah. But at least it was quick. Number 29 is another Pokemon movie, Pokemon
Jesus.
3, the movie. That's the whole title. Pokemon 3, colon, the movie. Look, like where you're supposed to put like a... What?
I was just like, I like that we just kept putting the movie in them. We have Pokemon Forever, then Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon 3 the movie.
But like that's where you're supposed to be like Pokemon 3.
Arceus' Revenge.
Yeah, something. Fucking Pikachu's got a headache. Anything besides fucking the movie.
Here's what's mind-boggling to me so far. You have not said, and so maybe it's not on your list. You have not said Dead or Alive yet, and it's fucking with me right now. Because I saw that movie, and it was
maybe it's up the list.
Terrible,
maybe it's up the list.
This movie is rough as fuck.
We're about to get into some controversy here in a minute. Number 28, Ratchet and Clank came out in 2016. I didn't even know this existed. John Goodman's in it, and Bella Thorne, and Rosario Dawson, who I love, and Paul Giamatti.
That feels like a straight to Netflix kind of movie, but I see it on the theatrical post, so.
I was gonna say it shows like a theatrical release. I just don't. I kind of want to watch it. What was the fan rating?
But only if we watch Postal as well.
Fan rating was 42, which isn't. I mean, it's better, but not better. Anyway,
what were you doing
27?
in 2016? Because that's when it came out.
Huh?
What were you doing in 2016? Because that's when it came out.
Well, fucking busy getting money.
Nah, we were working together, dog. We went like that no more. Anyway,
you wouldn't like that.
I wasn't like that. That's right. Ooh,
no, fuck, I don't remember, man. Not watching. You know what I think? I will say this: I have recently played Ratchet and Clank games. I had not played them until like last year. So,
well, that would definitely do it then.
Probably where the lack of interest came from. Number 27, Resident Evil Afterlife. I'm not even going to get into it. We've spoken enough about it. That one was made in 2010, and that one was her husband directing. Nepotism. Number 26.
That's why all those shirts were so low cut.
Need for Speed.
Did not ever watch it, and I really liked the movie, the game, but I tell you, it just looked like a real shitty version of Fast and Furious, and I already hated those.
I like Aaron Paul.
That's fair.
But it also just, I don't remember when Driver came out, but I was like, I don't need either of these.
Yeah.
See what the fan rating was.
I'm
curious about this one.
What wasn't there Driver?
56.
Wasn't there also like
That's
a
not
Baby
terrible.
Driver?
Huh?
Wasn't there also a movie called Baby Driver?
Yeah, but that wasn't anything.
Oh, okay.
Game-wise.
My bad.
I mean, it was a good movie. I thought. I like it. But there was a movie called Baby Driver. If that was just the only question you had about it. Yes, that's correct. Number 25, Resident Evil
right?
Extinction.
You know, I would say maybe that was the last one, and I'd probably say that every time, but there's actually one called Resident Evil, the final chapter, so I'm going to go with that being the last one.
Good call. This one came out in 2007 and did not have her husband directing. How many different directors were on this franchise? I'm about to answer your question here in a minute. Number 24 is Lara Croft Tomb Raider,
The Cradle of Life.
Cradle of Life.
Was that still Angelina?
It is.
I did not see that one.
It's all blurry. I might have. Gerard Butler was in it.
Oh, okay.
Does that do anything for you?
It does.
Number 23 was Resident Evil Retribution.
Oh, thank God.
That one came out in 2012. That one was her husband directing. I like. Was she getting him the job? I'm confused.
Maybe.
Like,
The ultimate battle begins. Okay, at this point, I think you're right that this stops being a Resident Evil movie. Looking at the poster, it's no longer a Resident Evil movie. It's gotten bigger. It's got bigger than itself.
Yeah. Like what will they let us do?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Afterlife, I think she had died at the end of the other one, and then she came back to life. Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Number 22, the Super Mario Brothers with a 29% on the tomato meter. The number 21 was Warcraft.
It was such a very fucking vanilla ass movie. And there's so much storyline behind it, and it just, yeah. It was very vanilla. There was nothing good about it. It was okay.
Was it just Avatar? Because it kind of reminded like
No.
it could just be about Avatar.
Sure.
It could just be
Sure.
people versus fucking blue things or the green now, whatever. It doesn't matter. Number 20, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah, so that's a new one that I've not seen.
21, yeah.
I wish we had Archie here. With there being 8 fucking Resident Evil movies, I feel like he'd actually be knowledgeable enough to talk about these movies.
And it doesn't look like this one has Mila
It does not.
Jovovich in it.
It is all on its own. It is the actual people in Raccoon City.
I think that, honestly, that this time could probably be the last time that I talk about a Resident Evil movie.
No.
Like this episode. This could be it.
The whole episode? Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I mean, like, yeah, we're talking about the video game movies, and then like I don't ever need to think about those movies again.
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
can just.
You still haven't
Gone.
hit the original or the final chapter, so those are coming up.
Oh, I'm not done talking. That episode's still going, my friend. But after this episode's done recording, skadoosh. Number 19, Silent Hill. I remember enjoying this one.
Yep.
I remember them making interesting changes. The mom instead of the dad. Fucking nurses and the way they move. People do that at comic conventions, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
They're good at it. That's
They're so good at it,
Yep.
and it makes it hit it so much more. That was 31%. Michael, number 18.
Based
That's
off of
33%.
Centralia, by the way, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, that's the state name. Oh, God, I'm a fucking idiot.
Got real hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You want to tell me what you were saying just then?
Silent Hill is based off of a actual place called Centralia. The original writer about the whole the story, like when they were writing about the story, it's a town that has a mine underneath it.
Oh.
And it's a sulfur mine, I think, and it's still on fire to this day. And like the ground underneath started collapsing, and people like left. The government kept saying, "Hey, you need to get out," and people were like, "No, fuck you, we were gonna stay." So there was like still inhabitants of it, and then they just kind of built a road around it, and then kind of gated it off and said, "People don't go in here." And there were still people living there for quite some time, and now if you go there, it's haunted. People say they see lots of shit out there.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So yeah, it's usually white people going out there, you know, like summoning demons
Fuck.
and shit.
I can't explain to you how little you have to tell me about a haunted town that I won't go through.
Yeah, it's haunted.
Hey.
All right, that's all I need to know. Thank you. Have a good day. I'll see you
Yeah,
in the
that's-
city.
Oh, okay, cool. What's the detour?
What? There's a road that goes around? Yeah. Okay.
I'll go to the other state and then go up and then come back in. I don't need Michael. I can't even explain to you. I don't need any of that.
No, I believe you. Quite opposite. Katie has wanted to go there pretty much since we've been married. She's talked about every year, like, can we plan a trip to go there?
I can't even with it. I can't.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh God, I can't. Oh my God. I imagine you trick me to go, and I just, as hard as I can, continuously punch you in the face until I can get out of the car.
I get it.
I could roll out of the car going 50 miles an hour and be like, better choice than that, and walk on back. I'll hit the gas station that we talked to the guy for the directions and go, hey, I need an Uber. Go to you. Anything that's not that way.
Look, there's an unconscious man 2 miles that way. You can have everything in his pockets if you just give me a ride out of here.
Yeah.
What's number 18?
Number 18 is DOA, Dead or Alive.
This movie is straight fucking
33%.
trash.
33%.
Shut
dog.
the fuck up. Look at the poster and just tell me that's not.
No, you ain't gotta fucking. You ain't gotta tell me. I see all the posters of all these fucking things. So,
Jamie Presley was in it. If that does anything for you,
it's so much.
It's
Does
probably the
it
best
have
part.
tequila? Because it feels
Does not.
like okay. It feels like a movie should have been casted for. The audience is 36, and that might be the closest I've ever seen fans and critics being
The
to
agreeing.
a review of a movie.
Nothing good came of this film. It was awful. I know why you guys liked it out there, you fucking pervs.
You love Jamie Presley though.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's great. There's not a lot I've seen her in that I'm like, I hate this. And honestly, I never saw this. So done and done. Number 17 is Resident Evil, the OG one.
Yeah.
Number 16 is Resident Evil, the final chapter.
Jesus.
We're just gonna zoom on past those two.
Okay, that's fair.
I said what I said. Number 15, The Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. I told you there was a fucking time sand in there.
Yes, there was sand time in there. I know there was, but it doesn't.
That would have made me connected.
You maybe. Every other person in there, like, the fuck? What is that? He did what? Because I feel like there was something based off of this as well.
A lot of white people in this movie.
Yes. That was my point.
Number 14
that, man.
At 41%.
It was Disney. Does that do anything for you? Prince of Persia? Prince of Disney did it.
It makes a lot of sense. I can honestly say it's got to come up with a fan request because I'm never going to watch it otherwise. Number 14 with a 41%, which feels high, Uncharted.
Alright.
Well, you know, we're rugged Nathan
Who the
Drake.
fuck watched this shit?
Was played by a fucking kid who plays a 16-year-old.
I have one on my list. I'm just waiting to pop up because I feel like I remember it doing well, and we've not gotten there yet.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Number 13, the Angry Birds movie.
I knew those.
The first one
I knew
from
that shit would be
2016.
up there. Fuck. You know what? And honestly, the first one I can speak to. It was okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
It was good. It was better than the Emoji Movie, which I think came out around the same time.
But here's my point. What story did you have for Angry Birds?
None.
But you made it work.
Other than the eggs liked fucking. Well, we made it work with
pig.
a lot of comedy, but
The pigs. Well,
pigs like.
that's fine. That's how you make a movie.
There's a lot of fart jokes in it and stuff, but yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Fucking Daniel. What's his name? Daniel.
43% on the tomato meter.
Damn, what's his name? I fucking love that guy so much. Daniel
That was-
McBride?
That's the same
Or Danny
critics that
McBride?
were like, yeah. That's the same critics that are like, this fucking Pokemon movie's for Pokemon fans. So, no thank you.
Danny McBride fucking played the explosive one, and it was hilarious. It was solid.
Number 12. 44%. Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay. It did better than I expected it to. I've not seen it.
I
But,
also don't see.
I expected it lower because it looked rough.
Audiences gave it a 70%.
Oh, wow.
So
Maybe I need to go watch this.
maybe I won't, but you, yeah, maybe. I probably still won't.
We need to go watch it.
I don't have time.
Can we do it together?
Yeah, man.
Hold
let's
hands.
do it. Whenever you want to. You let me know when. Can you even watch? Where can you even watch that movie? Nowhere for free.
Fuck. Okay.
So the gap in time in which I watched that movie will continue. I'm not gonna pay you. Anyway, number 11 was Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
You know what? I'm glad that that got more credit than it should have, than it did. Than I thought it was
I
going to.
I wildly remember this movie, and I don't know why.
Because we watched it thinking we understood what Final Fantasy was after that, and then realizing that it had nothing to do with Final Fantasy at all. I don't.
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
sounds right.
It's like 100%. I think the story has nothing to do with fucking Final Fantasy. Tell me if I'm wrong, people.
The movie raises the bar for computer animation movies,
I do remember
but
that.
the story is dull and emotionally removed.
I
Listen to this
I
cast
liked it.
though. Ming Na Wen, Alec Baldwin,
Ooh,
Vin Rames,
ooh.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, I like him.
It's a pretty solid fucking cast.
It's a solid cast. I loved that movie, so I'm fine with it. I remember watching it, and
I don't remember it.
when I watched it, I remember feeling like,
There
man,
was a lot of like space,
these
right?
people
And
look like real people.
yeah, that you're right.
It was
It
all
was
on
like
the planet. They were all on a planet, and like they
Uh-huh.
kept seeing these spirits coming through, and they couldn't figure out why, but like they were hunting people, and it was interesting.
Number 10, we're at the top 10.
Okay.
1995's Mortal Kombat with a 45%.
Number 10. Okay.
I asked you once, is there a better song made for a movie than Kiss from a Rose?
Oh.
And it is arguably,
The Swedish.
if not a close second, the fucking
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat song. Also directed by Mila Joe. I've already lost it. Resident Evil lady's husband,
Nice.
which I didn't
He's just
realize
really getting his toes
either.
and everything.
Yeah, you got 10. Number 9,
Yeah. Okay.
Rampage from
Oh,
2018.
fuck you, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
51%.
It didn't even look like it had anything to do with the fucking movie, the game.
There
The
was
game
a
had no
gorilla
story.
And yep, and that's why The Rock gets to put his willy all in it. He likes to do that. Number 8 with a 53%. We're getting to the top 8. You want to start swinging guesses, or
I mean, we haven't said Double Dragon at all. Is it even on your list?
It better not be.
I know. That's I keep looking at like. Oh, this is gonna
No, it
suck.
is not on the list.
Okay, I'm gonna put a big old NA next to it.
I can look those up after, or the ones you have
you
left. It's only 4.
Okay.
Anyway,
Fuck, man, it's gotta be more than 4 because
53%.
you gave me 4 fucking Pokemon movies or 5 Pokemon movies I didn't have on here. Okay, you said number 8.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say number 8
Or
is
you want to just guess what you think the top 8 are?
no.
All right. You know what? We can save that for 5.
I'm gonna say number 8. I got you. Number 8's gonna be Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
No.
Damn. Okay. What's number 8?
Tomb Raider from 2018.
Ah,
I saw it. It was fine.
I did not.
The director's name was Roar. Just add a
Okay.
little tip for you.
Thank you for that.
Number 7, Mortal Kombat from 2021. That's
I'm glad it got
vastly higher.
I'm glad it
than
got
I
as
would.
much credit as it got. I know you didn't like it as much as I did.
It's never Mortal Kombat. This is another movie that created another person instead of just giving us the characters that we love and deserve.
I was
There, I
okay
said
with
it.
that choice.
Well, you like the first Mario movie. Number 6, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe that does the other one also say movie?
No, Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros. And then the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Got it. 59% on the Tomato Meter.
Okay. Is Angry Birds 2 coming up, or we ignored that sequel?
Over at the top five. You want to
Oh, that's
lock in
fair.
your top five? You can lock in. We'll do a like a horse track. Give me the ones you think are the top five, and then you can trifecta and give me the order you think they came in.
Okay. Sonic and Sonic 2 are definitely up there. Angry Birds 2 is one I have as a blank. Detective Pikachu. And it's one you said you had never heard before. I'm going to go with it's this one, Werewolves Within. Those are my five. I know the first one's the one you've never heard of before.
Those are the top five.
So fun fact, by the way, Werewolves Within is based off of a video game called Werewolves Within, which is very similar to a game you have played before, Cleve. A Night as a Werewolf. It's literally just that in a video game series.
Gotcha.
You're a character in a circle, and you just get dealt the same cards you do in that board game.
Is it a comedy?
So how is it a game? How is it a movie? We just want someone's a werewolf?
Because like Angry Birds, I just need a premise.
I guess that's fair.
And I can make it all happen around them. Number five?
Number five, I'm going to say is Angry Birds, the movie, the second movie.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ooh, number one?
64%. Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, no, number five. Number four.
I still think Angry Birds is got to be number four. Like, it's got to be one of the lower numbers. Well, no. Detective Pikachu, number four.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu, 68%.
I'm going to go number three was Angry Birds, the second movie.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Really?
69%.
Bullshit. Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 were so fucking good. Easily number two and number one, but fine, whatever. I don't know in what world Angry Birds the movie number two is fucking
73% on the Tomato Meter.
Christ.
84% on audiences. Let's compare that to Sonic the Hedgehog, which got a 93% from fans.
I'm telling you right now, it was
a Detective Pikachu.
That one I understand.
Who got 79% from fans.
That one I got. I'm telling you right now, Sonic the Hedgehog has no business getting beat out.
Angry Birds 2, man. Jason's ridiculous.
Especially by Angry Birds 2. It definitely had no business getting beat up by that shit.
And Bill Hader.
Fucking Bill Hader as the pig is hilarious, though.
And number one is Werewolves Within, with an 86% on the Tomato Meter.
I wonder if they didn't know it was based off a movie or a video game.
See, and you know what? You know where they win? Because it's a comedy, thriller, horror.
Yeah.
So you just fill in that space with jokes. And booyakasha.
Poop jokes
just
all day.
You were like, Angry Birds? How's Angry Birds? Because they made funny things happen. This is what this movie did.
Yeah.
And this came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me. How do you feel?
Is that the one you put at the top?
What?
Werewolves Within?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that it couldn't be a good movie.
Yeah. Let us know, guys, at home, what you think about this list. What you think could have been better or higher, and what you think could have been lower. Okay, has anybody out there actually seen Werewolves Within?
Let us know if we should watch Werewolves
Within. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode and this list. We hope to hear from you guys. Comment down below. Let us know what you guys got for us. If you want to hear anything, any topics you want us to discuss, we're down for it. Comment down below.
Dance in the movie.
Hit like, hit subscribe. We come out with episodes, multiple episodes a week. Cleve is killing himself over there to give you content, guys. So if you're not watching it,
let me down.
You're doing this to Cleve. But if you guys want to see us live, we're also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. In fact, we are Friendship Supreme everywhere you look. Other than Twitter, it's Friendship Supreme with no eyes, because all eyes should be on our YouTube channel, where, like I said, multiple episodes a week, guys. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. And
Angry Bird.
I'm an angry bird. Don't you say something to me. It makes me so
I wanna
mad.
be angry.
Oh, I'm the red one. Ah!